Hello everybody, it's Wild Fox again, here to do another video for my YouTube channel. And of course I know I said I was going to promise some stories, and I will get to that next year. But for my first big video I'm going to do, it's going to be since it's the end of the year, I might as well go ahead and kind of make a quick little look back at 2017 and kind of make a little outlook at 2018. So 2017, yeah. Hasn't been that great of a year for me, unfortunately. I mean, unfortunately, I had to deal with a few bad things that happened. Nothing really too minor either. I mean, I guess the first big thing was beginning of the year. For those that didn't know, I was actually assaulted outside of a bowling alley by a random drunk person. That wasn't fun right there. If that wasn't fun, a few weeks later, I contracted the shingles virus. So I had to deal with a little bit of a health issue along the way. It's the first time I ever had to deal with that. But that cleared up in a couple of weeks. That was fine. I mean, as for the guy who assaulted me, well, I spent the first 3-4 months of the year having to deal with legal stuff because apparently the guy decided he didn't want to plead guilty. He finally decided to go ahead and plead guilty by the time the court case came along. Turns out that he had some outstanding charges on him already, so he was trying to avoid those for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, you did the crime, you do the time, I guess. 2017 also saw a bit of a change in my normal routinely schedule during the year. I mean, events like MCFC, first time I ever missed that. And this is going all the way back to when FCN was around. Another one I missed was TrotCon. That's one I'd done for the last 3 years, and unfortunately I decided to do other things during that weekend, and I ended up having to miss that convention, which was kind of unfortunate right there. And then outside the convention circles, I mean, Laugh Softball, what can I say? I've been doing that since I came to Indiana back in 2004. This is the first year I actually didn't make a single game, and mostly circumstances beyond my control because work just kept scheduling me for that Saturday and I could not get out of it no matter what. And then if there was a chance I had to get out of it, there was something going on the week before or the week after that just kind of prevented me from being able to move the schedule around, so I couldn't do nothing about it. And of course the other unfortunate thing is Walk for Wolves, which is an event that I've been a part of for every year they've done, and unfortunately the schedule change kind of forced me to miss it this year. Now, circumstances beyond my control. So nothing I could do there. Well, that and other to deal with a lot of loneliness 30 years. I'm sure a lot of people got sick and tired of me talking about it on Twitter. And that was a lot of the bad stuff that happened during the year. And hey, it wasn't all bad. I mean, there was some good stuff that happened during the year. I mean, I guess one of the big things I could point out is that after all the years of working where I worked, I finally got not one, but 2 pay raises, which I got to admit was quite impressive that I actually got those. And then on top of that, it's starting to look like more opportunities are opening up for me at work. So after all these years, deal with what I've had to deal with, I'm finally getting opportunities. So hopefully things are going up right there. One of the events I missed was MCFC, but I replaced it with a trip to see Windy City PonyCon for the first time, which that convention was held at the Hyatt Schaumburg, which those of you who've been around long enough, you might remember that was the hotel that Midwest Fur Fest was hosted in 2002 through 2007. That was also the first Midwest Fur Fest I attended, my first convention back in 2002. I guess some of the other big things is, those of you who know me know that I also like to do princess cosplays. And I finally got a chance this year to actually show them off at a local convention. I wore Princess Peach at Ikazucon, which was really well received. I also wore her again at Indy FurCon, but I did it also because of the fact that I won the Mario Kart 8 tournament at Indy FurCon this year. And no surprise, I was driving as Princess Peach throughout the entire tournament. So I had good reason to do that. And the other big thing happened to me during this year is, of course, those of you who don't know, I was the one organizing the Fursuit Lounges at Midwest Fur Fest this year, which was a lot of work, a lot more than I expected. I had no idea what I was going into, so I was pretty frazzled over this, but it looks like everything was a success this year. Everything went well. I learned some new things about it. I got some lumps out of this, but hey, we'll smooth everything out for 2018. I guess the other big thing I could mention as well, I mean, everybody knows that I do geocaching. Well, I picked up another mobile hobby along the way. And yes, I finally bit the bug and got into Pokemon Go after all this time. Even though I kept thinking, oh, this is going to eat my data. This is just going to take up all my data. I'm going to be paying for extra data coverage. No, actually it hasn't. The way I've been playing it, I've been able to stay under my data cap. So everything's worked out there, and I've been playing it constantly and a lot of stuff. And of course, picked up my new favorite Pokemon, which I think he's really cute. I think to be honest, I think he's cuter than Vulpix, but that's just me. And of course, the other big highlights during the year is spending a lot of time with friends, getting chances to spend time together. I always enjoy that, despite the fact I don't get many opportunities to do that. And I always look forward to the next one. Which, speaking of which, we'll be talking about 2018's coming up here in just a couple of days. And what I'm hoping to do for 2018, well, I guess what I could say is right now my con schedule looks to be about almost the same as 2017. Right now, all I can guarantee at the moment is Indie FurCon and Midwest Fur Fest. I'm going to see about pony conventions, see which ones I'll go there. I'll probably do the local gaming convention again here in town, and maybe I'll add a new one. I don't know. We'll see what happens as the year goes on. Kind of play it by ear, see what happens. And I guess one thing I need to work on in 2018 definitely is improve myself personally. I know I'm kind of skittish at times. I'm kind of panicky at times. I'm paranoid. I'm got anxiety issues. What can I say? But that's something I definitely like to work on improving during the year. Which hopefully all my friends out there will help me out with this and give me chances to avoid having any issues along the way. And I know it's something I've been working on over all these years. And it's been a lot of work chasing this down and trying to avoid dealing with this often. But like I said, I'm hoping to get out and see more friends more often. I'm hoping to get out to do more things in 2018. Maybe get a chance to visit some new people. Maybe get a chance to visit some new areas. Maybe geocaching will drag me to some new areas. Maybe somebody will invite me somewhere that'll drag me to a new area. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens as I get into 2018 and go from there. So I hope everybody else had a good 2017. I hope that everybody has an enjoyable New Year's Eve, going into New Year's Day, and hope 2018 works out for the best of you. And my next video, the next video I aim for right now is going to be the first story, which I already got a doozy one to start with. Anybody who knows me from MFF many years ago knows this story, and those of you who've never heard this story, this is a good one. This is a good way for, basically a good way for a joke to happen at a con and get dragged on for a year. So, and as for any other videos I plan on doing along the way, I mean, I will do maybe any kind of story that's happened to be. If somebody has a suggestion, maybe they know a story that I've done, an incident that I've had happen, they can, I mean, feel free to comment on my YouTube videos and say, hey, would you mind doing this story? Or even questions. I will gladly take a bunch of questions and answer them for just a random video. I mean, if you got any questions at all, feel free to leave them down below, and I will answer as many of them as I can, and come up with the best answers I can. I guess that's all I can say about it. So this is it for this short little video. So this is Wild Fox signing off. Hope everybody has a great evening, and I will see you next time.